No.
So, is my camera going to black out every time I talk? No, okay. Season 4. Yay, it's starting. Volume 2. Well, not Volume 2, but Book 2. I don't know
Yeah.
what they were going to call the
Yeah.
3 arc things, but yeah. So,
Season 4.
Episode 1.
They made the show more beautiful.
Yeah, I said this during the episode. Welcome to Maya, the new animation software that they're using.
Yeah, you can tell. Like, holy smokes! It
Yeah.
looks like a. It looks like a legitimate
It looks like they're using a professional animation software instead of Poser.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, it does. It
Doesn't matter how good they made that look. That was as good as it was going to get with that software. They
Yeah.
straight up.
and it shows the shading, the lighting. I mean, compared to when I first saw Jean in season 3, I was like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with him? What's with this color? I don't. But then you go to this, and every character looks gorgeous, and every bit looks amazing.
Every character. This is the one thing that I picked out. Every character has a defined nose. Like you go back and look at the RWBY model in seasons 1 through 3, and you didn't really notice it. It was like a dot on her face where nostrils would be.
Yeah,
that was it.
It's much more.
It has a shape to it now.
Yeah, they get more defined faces, and it helps. It really helps avoid the derpiness that you could end up with.
Mostly, there was a moment, but
yeah.
Anyway, so
we open on.
Move on.
We open on pool blood or something.
It's probably Icar, and it's just reflecting the red light in the sky, is my guess.
And Grimm come out, and they're coming out of these pools in this place. They come out of the dead pool.
Yeah, and the Grimm now have a leitmotif. It is borrowed from... This is half of the reason why I wanted to do the game as one of these episodes, is because they've appropriated Dr. Moreau's theme as the Grimm's leitmotif, it seems. Yeah.
And so the Grimm are all about, and we go up and we see, hey, it's Mercury and Emerald, and they're looking down at this scene that's been projected or something. And the first thing I thought was, wow, that shading's improved, and wow, does Mercury look a little bit derpy.
I don't think this is a spoiler, but he has no lines this season, so...
Oh, that's funny.
Again, Zero brought up something earlier. Cinder can't talk anymore. She has to have Emerald speak for her. That's not an actor thing. Jessica Negri was available as far as I'm aware. It's just a plot thing. She just can't talk. Jessica Negri is doing the vocalizations of... that's still her.
But now people aren't going to... I was like, people aren't going to complain about the voice actress anymore.
Again, I'm going to say that was direction and not.
I know.
RWBY
It's direction.
But... She did way better.
She did great in RWBY. I loved her in RWBY.
Yeah.
And so we go and we meet the evil team now, which is crazy crouching guy.
Tyrion. Don't know who he is, but
I keep thinking of
purple.
I keep thinking of Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones. I know it's not. I know it's not, but that's word association. It's the same name.
I think, not to go completely off topic, but Game of Thrones, I think Tyrion was named Tyrion because Lannister's colors are red, and Tyrion's the color of purple. So it's an off way of saying you're not really a Lannister kind of thing. But
just sad. And then we have Mustache Man
Dr.
and
Watts. I'm going to ask you to guess who he is. We don't actually know, but there's speculation.
Dr. Watts. Okay, it's usually either history or fairy tale stuff. If I were to go history, I'm gonna say he's. My brain immediately went to Nikola Tesla.
Tesla's a possibility. That's one of the speculations. Yes. Edison was another, I believe.
Yeah, Edison. Like those are the main ones.
Well, if you want to go storybook origins,
Watson.
An evil Dr. Watson is my personal theory, to be perfectly honest with you.
Which would make sense, except Watson, I believe, is supposed to be more portly, so I don't know.
Interpretations vary. I mean,
well,
look at the
interpretation. I used to read the Sherlock books, so...
Actually, I tell you what, look at both of the modern-day interpretations, where one of them's a woman and one of them's a handsome army veteran.
Well, either way...
Also, Cinderella not exactly fitting the story either.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, Dr. Watts, that makes sense because Watson was a doctor, so...
Well, he was Dr. Watson, that's his name.
Yeah.
Also, Chris Sabat.
Yeah.
That role. So
the voice acting is really good. Really good. Because they get professional voice talents in here.
Yeah. And
then we see the other guy, big burly man, Hazel.
Hazel? Don't know. Couldn't tell.
That is a very feminine name for a very masculine man.
Not wrong.
I don't know if that's intentional.
It might be, but I'm not sure. I'm
for all
trying not to spoil things, so
I don't know. For all I know, literally for all I know, he could be Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. That's how much I know.
That'd be cool. He is going to see the White Fang.
Wait, did I just guess?
I don't know, because it's a season. We didn't actually get very far into the plot.
But he's going to the White Fang where the Beast is. Kill the Beast. Seems to be a thing that Gaston would do.
Well, we don't know. We didn't get sent there for that. But to get back to the plot summary, Watts is busting Cinder's balls about her failure. And, Jen Taylor shows up, and she's like, "Hey, what the fuck are you talking about? That's my girl." Yo.
Yeah. Like, she's super powerful now, but she got, like, a weakness to silver eyes, so, like...
Let's stop doing the accent, because it's kind of offensive.
But, like, dude.
Yeah. So, Jen Taylor, again, reprising her role as Salem. Being very menacing in a subtle way.
She's not menacing in the same way that Cinder was. That there is a bit of a difference there, and it's like...
In fairness, Cinder wasn't menacing until, like, episode 9.
Yeah, but she's not, like, personality-wise, like, trying to be, like, super, like, oh, I've got it all figured out.
Yeah, there's a difference between... Like, Cinder's portrayal almost seems like she was trying to be that, whereas Salem is that.
What? Do you find such malignance necessary?
I apologize, ma'am.
Yeah, she's that, but, like, completely, like, oh, I do not want to mess with her. She controls literally all the rim. She is literally winning this fight.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, like, she is winning. There's no reason why she wouldn't be like this.
Yeah. So what she says is, Cinder, congratulations on your wild success of destroying one of the 4 academies, destroying their communications, and killing one of our, big oppositions. Good job.
Husband. Yeah.
Gold star. 3 gold stars, in fact.
Stay here.
Yeah. Stay here because you might die.
Yeah, because there is somebody out there who has literally your kryptonite, and be really bad if that got out of hand.
Yep. Or I.
Yeah. Hey, hey, go, crazy guy, go get Silver-Eyed Girl. All right.
Yeah. Watts go
Cinder.
to our spy informant in Haven, and Hazel go talk to the White Fang. Leader of the White Fang. Sienna Khan, by the way.
Sienna Khan.
Take it through. And
I mean,
motif. Sienna Khan.
Khan. Lion King. No. Yes.
No.
No. Okay, Khan. Oh, no. Jungle Book. Yeah.
Take your time.
Khan. The tiger. Khan.
Shere Khan.
Shere Khan. Yeah. I was getting the two confused because I was like, wait, Khan, that's from an animal-based movie. And then I was like, oh, wait, no. Shere Khan is leading the... Oh, no. That would make sense, though. Where's Mowgli when you need him?
Yeah, I haven't actually seen The Jungle Book in ages, but the animated film, Shere Khan was awesome.
They have the new one they did is really good, too. The one where it's, like, it has really good CG. And, yeah.
Yep. So Tyrion is like, eye for an eye. And then it cuts to Kid having a nightmare in a barn.
Yeah. And I don't know who this barn kid is, but I have a feeling he's super important.
Considering he did literally nothing in his entire scene, you can... Yeah, that's a fair assumption.
He is farm kid, but he's also, like... I feel like he's coming from shonen protagonist origins. If I was a farmer boy and then something happened. I don't know.
Not really.
But
we'll get there.
There's something like this is the first episode, so you have to show plot important stuff, I guess now. Moving on, we'll go to a very beautiful forest. Very beautiful. This is something you can't do in Poser, and they're talking about names.
Yep, team names.
Junior or Ranger, because Ruby is like, Ren, what do you think? And Ren's like, oh, Junior's dumb. Ranger's better. Yeah. And they're talking, and their designs have been updated. They have longer hair.
They have longer hair, which makes sense because they've been traveling for a couple months. The outfits have been redesigned. Ren's is more effeminate.
Yeah.
It still works. Yeah.
Well, it fits them a lot more.
Nora is also more effeminate. It works less well. But that might be, she likes effeminate stuff, but she also is very masculine in her mannerisms. So there's a lot of, like in the fight scene, there's a lot of shots of her like spread legs, like sumo pose, and her skirt's sort of riding up, and it's a little awkward in the very fluffy, froofy skirt.
But like then you have her jacket, which can kind of contrast that with the collar popped, and then she has like the heart on her shirt with like a cross through it.
Yeah, it almost looks like it's supposed to be a boob window, but there's no boob there. It's very strange.
Yeah,
especially because she has a lot of boob. You'd think that would work better, but like.
She's trying to tempt Ren.
Unless she got the size of the shirt wrong, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. No, ignore it. It's possible.
It's entirely plausible, yeah.
And so then...
Or they got bigger, so the shirt is just riding up more.
Guess darn it. They get into a fight, essentially. Jean doesn't have his weapon, so he's being strategist. And they're fighting a giant rock monster, Grim thing. Which is actually...
type of Grim.
It's a Geist.
Yeah.
And it possesses objects and turns it into a body to crush things.
It's, I don't know whether it's confirmed, but the armor that was fighting, yeah, that was one of those.
So, what I really like here is that because of the different program they're using, and because of the decent amount of budget they have, and probably because of character progression, RWBY can use her speed a lot more in combat.
Yep. I'm going to assume, because it hasn't been confirmed, but I've mentioned before that semblances can adapt and change. I'm assuming that her straightforward nature has been curbed a little bit, and
she can now move in more directions.
Yeah, she can now be agile as well as fast.
Yeah, which is a nice touch, and I really like the fact that her semblance is being used a lot more in combat, rather than just the one big blow that it always is. Yeah. And so, Jean almost gets crushed a few times. He comes up with the strategy of, we just need to disarm it.
We just need to hit it really hard. They make a joke of that being the plan, and that's kind of stupid. It's the most obvious plan in the world, but, it is. That's literally what they were doing.
And then we need to hit the mask. And that's all we have to do. So they fight. Nora does a really cool combination with RWBY, where RWBY uses the speed to take Nora along with it. And
I don't know whether she could do that before either, is carry people in her speed. Because she hasn't.
But she can do it now, and that can lead for some really awesome combinations, because she's not really... she could do that with Yang, and it would be really effective, I feel like.
Terrifying, yes.
And then, because Yang moving at that speed, you're done.
Don't really want to think about that, to be perfectly honest. Love to see it, though, but...
And so we have... The fight concludes. They beat it. It's really awesome and well animated.
Worth noting, they destroy one of the arms, and it replaces it with a tree. And Ruby's like, big mistake, and shoots it with fire bullet. And the tree's on fire. So now it has a flaming arm. That's
and it's big mistake.
That's not better. Yeah, that was funny. That was good.
And the facial animation, the hair physics when he does that, he goes like this and it moves his hair, actually. Gosh, it looks so beautiful.
Yeah, it does.
It is such a trade up. And so they go to town, and the guy's like, oh, thank you for helping us. And they're like, hey, you can come with us to Mistral, He's like, no, we live here. This is our place. We wouldn't make the long trip. So they're still on their way. They still have a ways to go, essentially, is what that's establishing. And they stop by a weaponsmith.
Did you recognize the voice?
No, I must have missed it.
His name is Chris Guerrero. You might recognize him better as Cooler or Dr. Giraud from Dragon Ball.
Oh, Cooler. Somebody pick up that phone.
Seriously, what the hell is Namek? It's him.
Yeah. The big Getty star gave me the power to cheat death. I can't wait for that movie.
How could this be?
Yeah.
God, this is right. Anyway, so that's him. They get a lot of DBZA voice actors in this season as bit roles, so that was pretty cool.
It's nice that the DBZA voice actors, the TFS voice actors, go out and do things like their voices in Xenoverse 2 or now they're in RWBY.
I mean, Chris Guerrero is a legitimate voice actor that does he has regular anime roles as well.
Yeah.
But there was I think not long before this episode aired, there was TFS was saying, hey, our website's changing because we might be doing something cool and partnering with someone. And then Chris Guerrero's in RWBY, and I'm like, I was so hoping, but I guess it wasn't that. I was so excited, but no.
So we go in to the good old armor place, and Jean's getting an armor upgrade, and he takes off his front breastplate, and hey, look, he has a bunny.
Yeah, this was where the awkward was, and I think pretty much everyone that watched it called it out. But yeah, RWBY's laughing fit was fine to start with, kind of. And then it
went
did a
on.
big zoom up with the face, and that was kind of weird. Yeah.
One thing I do want to note, he said it was from like that cereal brand,
Yeah, Pumpkin Pete.
which,
Marshmallow flakes.
funnily
Just
enough,
marshmallows.
in Ruby Chibi, there's a commercial break where Pyrrha is the representative.
Yeah, she was the mascot for Pumpkin Pete's. Because she was an athlete, yeah. First season.
Isn't that, yeah. And like, man, that connection is pretty nice. It also makes me wonder how he didn't know of Pyrrha, like, and fangirl over her fame when he was a fan of Pumpkin Pete's.
He didn't know it was her, that was the thing. She was like, Weiss was like, she's on the front of every Marshmallow Flakes box, and John's like, that was you? He knows the cereal, he doesn't know her. Like, he doesn't give a shit what's on the box, he just wants the cereal.
But I do love the callback to Pyrrha, kind of. It is a small little thing. And he gets an upgraded breastplate, which looks pretty sick. I love it. And his sword is now, his sword and shield, specifically his shield, is upgraded to resemble... The metal that he used was from Pyrrha.
Yeah.
And
you can see in the bottom of the shield is actually the design of her tiara.
Yeah. And it's kind of... It's nice, but, like, your girlfriend is your shield now. It's kind of... Like, it's really, like... It's cheesy, but I love it. I guess.
You might cry in the episodes to come.
I probably am. I'm keeping myself together okay right now, but guess darn it.
Yeah, there's gonna be bad times.
Oh, I'm going to...
Well, there's not gonna be bad times, but there's gonna be sad times.
Oh. And so they head out, and he's brandishing new sword and shield, and he's looking pretty fly. And pretty much that's where it ends for them, and it moves over to Weiss, who is alone, staring out the window, kind of depressed in her Atlas home. It's like, hey, your dad wants you. Or something. And then we go to the opening.
I'm going to ask you for his name next episode, by the way, because he is a recurring character.
So, the opening, music-wise, it's very upbeat, but it's not particularly, like, interesting.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's very generic.
It's the most generic opening they've had so far in terms of sound direction, which is a shame, because I really like the personality that they put into the previous 3 openings.
Yeah, I mean, the soundtrack's still solid for this season, I can say that much. But that opening is the weakest that they've done.
Yeah.
It sucks.
And so, things to note...
To be clear, I'm not talking about the song. It sucks that it's not as great as it usually is.
Yeah, but it's not a bad song. It just doesn't really stand out as much. There's things to note. We do see, like, Weiss's family. We see Blake, and she's on a boat with somebody who looks like her dad or something.
Yeah, it's her family, yeah.
And then she has, like, her sister gets pulled in or something. I don't know. Sister, brother. Is it a trap? It probably is.
Anyway, yeah. So she's her son as well, yeah.
Yeah. And then we go to... because this all went by really fast.
Yeah, and then there was Yang, who...
And she's training with her dad again, with one arm. Who
kind of, not really. She's PTSDing is what that little snippet is.
She's fighting against her dad, and then she's fighting against herself. And like, she's on the road to recovery. I hope she gets a cool metal arm.
Anyway, I think that's pretty. No, we have the villain. Roll up of the main villains, and that's pretty much it, I think.
Yeah, and they all like the cinematography is really nice. I like how this whole opening is shot.
It is, but it is again also a very generic anime opening.
Yeah, it is, and that's kind of the like
the thing about RWBY was it always had a style of its own.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's lost a little bit of that. Definitely not because of the animation upgrade, but it feels like it's lost a lot of the personality that it had. Somehow.
Look at this, look at the season 2 opening again, which is, my personal favorite, I'd say.
Yeah, there was a lot of interesting cinematography, like moving through the cogs in Osmond's office, and you go up and the skydiving, and there was a lot of interesting stuff going on in that opening, and this one is
really cool. Yeah, it was really cool transitions that all led to one another smoothly, and
and this is basically just generic fight montage.
Yeah, and the songs, like the songs had more personality and more attitude, like
Again, that's still there. It's just this one.
Yeah. It's an opening, like, I wouldn't skip the season 2 opening
you kept watching it pretty much every episode, I remember
that. I kind of skipped the season 3 opening more, but I still watched it times.
You skipped it pretty much every time until the turn happened, and then you started actually watching it, and it made a lot more sense.
Yeah. And this opening is just... Yeah, it's one I'd skip every time. It offers nothing here that really, I feel, requires me to watch it.
Yeah.
Which is it's a pity because it's your opening, and I feel like you're like I hope that the next season has a better opening.
Something a bit punchier. I mean, to be fair, this is like if we're gonna go back to the 3-season sequence, this is the beginning again. This is picking up the pieces from season 3 and starting over more or less. So probably the next one is going to be punchier, and then the one after that it's going to be another blowout season, and bad things are going to happen, and it's going to be miserable again. So
yeah,
I have high hopes for the next couple seasons having good openings, but
I'm just worried that this step in the sort of more generic direction doesn't end up leading to, oh hey, things are getting serious. He's a generic serious opening instead, because that could easily occur.
Yeah, I mean, the season 3 opening was serious, but it was serious in a way that you kind of don't see very often. It was really dark and dismal that really shifted the tone for the show as a whole, even before the tone actually shifted in the show. It was foreshadowing just with your opening, and it worked really well. Once the turn happened, you got it, like, immediately. It made sense. But if they just do generic, oh, everything's terrible and it's hard, but we've got to fight on and keep going, it's going to be a little sad. But I don't expect them to do that, because there's a lot of very, very talented people working on this. So I have complete faith in them.
Yeah. Like, I think that they can do it. I think they respond well to criticism. I'm not sure if anybody's can actually criticize this openly. But
I have in the past left comments on the RWBY videos and said things that I didn't like about them, and they get neg-modded to shit like immediately. So I don't know about the YouTube comments, but it's on the actual site proper. The community will shit on you if you say anything negative. It's kind of sad.
Oh, so that's where our dislikes come from. We have some videos of Zero Interest that get disliked.
Yeah, probably.
Probably because we said something bad. Because
yeah, the fans of this show are very defensive for some. I'm not entirely sure why. It's a very successful show. No one's going to take it away from you as long as it's popular. As long as you keep watching it, they're going to keep making it. So us saying negative things about it is not going to hurt them. They're not going to stop making it because we're saying bad things about your favorite show. Sorry, it doesn't work like that. So maybe cut us some slack. There are things that we can criticize about this that we don't like. There are things that we do like. So,
yeah.
You know.
Like, and even, like, my favorite stuff, I admit that, you know, not everything's perfect. And there's always room to grow for a series of any sort. Sometimes that you take a step back, sometimes you take numerous steps forwards, and overall this episode was really strong. I really liked the animation. I really liked the change in the software, just how it looks. The whole RWBY laughing thing kind of made me chuckle just because of how ridiculous it was, because it kept going. It kept going.
Overly long gag style, yeah.
But it kind of... It's a weird sort of, oh, hey. Because he literally, Ren says it, well, I guess some things don't change. That's what that moment is.
You don't have to grow out of some things, was the...
Yeah, but that's literally, like, the purpose of that moment, and I feel like that felt too ham-fisted. To call attention to it like that.
I don't know. But yeah. There have been better season openings, but this one was pretty solid, and it showed off the change in animation style very well, which I think was necessary, because a lot of people... Like, there was a trailer that came out before this season started. Was a big fight scene, RWBY fighting a giant gorilla Grimm. And people were kind of on the fence about the animation style. I think they really needed this to cement, yeah, this is what we're doing now, and it works, so shut up, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it like, it's not gonna... Like, you're picking up after a pretty heavy season ender. So there's only so much you can really do to try to bring the mood back up and be like, hey, you know, it's still continuing on. The world's not ended yet. And that's part of the point of the opening is, oh, hey, you know, we can still rise up, we can still do it. But I feel like they could have done that message better in the opening.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we haven't talked about? RWBY's character redesign.
Yeah, looks good.
It looks pretty good, yeah. Hair is darker, so you can't really see the highlights of red in her hair anymore. And the outfit... It wasn't just me, right? She looks bustier. Like, that's not me just focusing on the...
I didn't really notice, but her costume does show more skin. So, yeah, well, you know, here's your waifu. There you go.
I guess.
Now, don't keep, don't stop subbing us or dubbing us, Japan. You know, here's a waifu. You know.
I'm still carrying a torch of a neon.
So.
Anyway. That was the first episode of season 4. The next one I'll be way more positive because holy shit, I love this episode that's coming up next.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
I mean, I was really excited for this episode, and I was really like, me and Casey tend to watch these together, so I was like, yeah, he can vouch for the fact that I was really excited for a lot of things that were happening in it.
Yeah.
But you know, you got to maintain a critical distance at the same time.
It's what this show's about. It's like,
yeah,
hey, this is what we think of this shit. Well,
yeah.
Please don't jump down my throat, people. I don't want all the dislikes for accidentally calling the shit in a flippant way. I'm sorry. Please don't. I didn't know we were getting dislikes, by the way, before Zero mentioned it just now. So I'm instantly butthurt about it. So sorry about that.
We have a couple of videos with dislikes. It's fine.
I'd be curious to know which ones those are, because I would immediately pick out the reasons for it and just know immediately.
After we stop recording, I will tell you. How about that?
How about after we stop recording, we start recording again? Do another one.
No, I can't.
No? Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. All right.
So,
bye, everybody.
Hey, I did it properly. I got it right in the frame. Yay. Look at my hand. It's my hand.